Hello, I'm Claire Louise Hay from BeHealing.com. I've made a new pick a card read for you. It's a full Celtic Cross love spread. Find out what's going on in your love life. Now, this is a timeless reading. Whenever you get into it is good. I've made 3 readings here, the crystal, the flower, and the shell. Each one of them has got a deeper dive. That's an extended reading that goes with it. So if you find that it is your story, could be a story, want it to be a story, then you might want to get that for even more. If you do, toward the end of these readings, I'll be popping a link for it up there. And there's also a link for that in the description box and in the comments below. And that's where you can also find your timestamps to fast forward to your reading. So all you need to do now is take your pick. Which one would you like? Would you like the crystal? The crystal is out with the 2 of Swords. Or would you like the flower? And the flower here is out with the Page of Materials. Or would you like the shell? And the shell is out with the Ace of Wands. So take your pick now, and don't forget to click like before you click off down there. Click on that subscribe button if you're new. I do a daily energy update every single day of the year for the collective. I also do 3 of these love pick a card reads a week as well. I go live 3 times a week in my Psychic Cafe show where I give 1 question readings. Now you can book in for one of those on my website, BeHealing.com. You can find a link for that in the description box below, and also one up there too. I will do your reading right at the start of the next live show and then send you the link to the replay, so you don't need to come live if you don't want. Alternatively, you can see when the next show is on my YouTube channel by clicking Be Healing down there. Come along to the live, book in while I'm live, and we can do it all live together. I also offer private readings as well. If you want something more detailed, then you can book yourself in for one of those on my website, BeHealing.com. There's a link for that in the description box below, and also one up there too. Get those out within 48 hours if you're ordering them. If it says it's sold out, it's just sold out for the day. Do check back a day or so later. And if you've got questions for your reading, click on the Contact Us page. After you've booked in, you can put your questions in there. So, crystal, flower, or shell? Take your pick now, and I will see you in your reading. So if you chose the crystal along with the Lightseers Tarot, then this one's for you. Crystals, let's give you a full Celtic Cross Tarot love spread. Find out what's going on in your love life at the moment. Now, as usual, crystals, there's going to be a deeper dive to this. That's an extended reading that goes with this. If you find that this is your story, could be a story, want it to be a story, then you might want to get that for even more. If you do, toward the end of the reading, I'll be popping a link for it up there. There's also a link for that in the description box and in the comments below. So let's get straight into your reading, because your cards are flying out already, and find out what's going on in your love life. Crystals. Let's put you there. Okay, what is this reading all about? We've got the 2 of Swords. You're indecisive about something. What's that about? Oh, it's about the Knight of Cups. About romance with someone. So this could be you, like, not sure, like, do they like you or not? Not sure if you should make a move toward them. Not sure. There's just this, yeah. 2 of Swords. I don't know. There's an I don't know about this. So you could have your eye on someone at the moment, a romantic interest, but you're not quite sure about them yet. Trying to read them, trying to suss them out, that kind of thing. Or it could be that you're unsure about, like, if they're interested in you, if they're coming towards you. Anyway, there's a lot of like, don't know about this one. And you know, that can be the energy a lot of the time when you're coming for like psychic readings. That's why we want to read into it, because we don't know, right? And so it could be wanting clarity over someone that you've got your eye on at the moment. A romantic interest, the Knight of Cups. Or it could be someone making a move towards you and you're not sure of their intentions as well. It could be that. So what's hindering you from all of this? What's holding you back? What's the crossing cards here? You've got the 2 of Wands. So deciding to take action, and the 5 of Pentacles, kind of leaving yourself out. So you're in a situation, you've got somebody you've got your eye on, you're not sure whether to make a move on them or not. This 2 of Wands is like, I don't know whether to take action or not. Is it the best thing to do to take action, or like feeling left out, like nothing's happening? This is the, I can either take the bull by the horns, do something about this, take the lead, approach them, ask them out on a date kind of thing. But why aren't they doing it? Like, why aren't they coming forward to me? It very much feels like you're in a quandary here of not knowing what to do, because should you be the one that takes action, or should it be them? Now, this is really tricky, isn't it? Because this can lead to like a standoff. Like if you're both wondering about each other, do they like me? Don't they like me? Someone's got to make the first move, right? Someone's got to make the first move. And yeah, I feel like it could be crossing you that you're kind of not making the first move. I think this is what it's saying, that you might be second guessing yourself, like, I wish they'd make a move toward me. I'm not going to be the one that makes a move toward them. They might be thinking the exact same thing, you know, or could be just like worried, should I make a move toward crystals? But I'm not quite sure. So I think you're both kind of holding back from each other is what it feels like to me. And so I've got a bit of a standoff going on. How do things appear on the surface of it? Four of Cups, kind of disappointing, like it's your time to receive now there. So it's like, okay, I'm open, I'm available. Queen of Cups, ready to receive, approachable, open, all of that kind of thing. They should be coming toward me. So it's like you're a bit bored waiting for this shiny offer to come in. So it's very much like on the surface of it, you're feeling like, I'm open, I've kind of shown willing, smiled at them, that kind of thing. Open the door to show that I'm willing, and it should be them that's walking through that door and approaching me. So you're kind of a bit bored there. You might have been waiting for a while from an offer from this person. What's really behind that? Three of Wands and the Hierophant. Interesting. So waiting for divine timing is the Three of Wands in anticipation. The Hierophant, this is like higher level commitment, but it's also doing things by the book as well. And when we're talking about dating and relationships and stuff like that, doing things by the book can be very traditional kind of a dating kind of thing. So it could be that you've got a very traditional point of view about this, like the man should be the one that approaches the woman and all of that kind of thing, which, yeah, it is a masculine kind of a role to do that, but then it is usually the woman that is the picker, you know, the woman that does open the door. And what I mean by that is like you let them know in some kind of way that you're approachable, that you like them and that you're approachable. And however it is that you want to do that, you know, that could be through adding them on Facebook and then sending them a message to say hi or something like that, just to open the door, just to say, this is the way that you can approach me kind of thing, to put their mind at rest. Yeah, if you are sure that you're open to receiving kind of thing, and perhaps they're still not sure whether you like them or not. Maybe you haven't opened the door enough. I don't know, but it seems like someone is very traditional here. Now, it could be the both of you that are very traditional as well. Yeah, which means that it could take quite a long time. Anyway, divine timing card is good there to do things by the book, so it just might take a little bit longer than usual if you're trying to do it in that traditional kind of a way. Recent past energy. What's the recent past in this? You're getting two cards out each time. Oh, wow. The Hanged Man and the Two of Cups. So it's like, this is my love match. Hanged Man is like, oh, I'm not sure. It's changing your mind. Hanged Man is like seeing things from a different perspective, changing your mind. So yeah, you're like, in the recent past, you're like, is this my match? Is this person right for me? Like, yes, no, yes, no. Your mind flip-flopping. This could be them too as well, you know? Like, we do tend to overthink things, don't we? When it comes to relationships. So you might both have been in and out of that. This person seems to be perfect for me, but maybe they're not. Back and forth. What's coming in the near future energies? That could also be that the Two of Cups, like a love offer, feeling like a love offer was coming your way, but someone hanging back from that. We've got the Ten of Pentacles. Wow, the Ten of Pentacles is about building together. It's investing in each other, building together for the long-term kind of thing. We've got a lot of long-term kind of energy here, and that could be why both of you to and froing about this Two of Cups, about a love offer, because you know that this could be a really big one for you. You know, there's some relationships we can get into and it's really easy to get into them because you just know it's going to be a short-lived kind of a thing, a fling kind of a thing, like they're not really right for you. And then you meet someone, it's like, wow, yeah, they seem to be like exactly what I'm looking for, like a lot of compatibility. We seem to be on the same page. Okay, well, this I'm going to get into this more slowly because wants them in this. It could be a really long-term kind of thing. And it looks that way to me with this Ten of Pentacles. So the investment starting slowly, but then, you know, building up to something really big, really investing in each other. And yeah, can make us kind of nervous, that when we realize that this could be the one, you know, that you'll move in together and all that kind of stuff. It's a big deal. What is this reading also about? It's about the King of Cups. They have feelings for you, right? But the Two of Pentacles, they're weighing up their options. So like I was getting, you know, it's interesting that two cards keep on coming out each time apart from this, which is good, right? There's a single card come out for the near future, which means that you might be less weighing things up, less of two minds about things. Got a lot of like two minds. All of this, the Two of Wands, the Two of Swords, the Two of Pentacles, the Two of Cups, that weighing up options and all of that. But it feels to me like you might have more clarity, both of you more clarity to invest in each other in the near future. Anyway, King of Cups, Two of Pentacles, they're the same. They're weighing up their options kind of thing. Not weighing up their options like between you and someone else. It doesn't feel like that. They're like, should I get into this or not? Thinking things over, but there's feelings involved here with the King of Cups. Now we've got the Queen of Cups and the King of Cups. So this is two heart-centered individuals here that we're talking about. So it could be a really good love match, this. So what are your fears? Fears in all of this? Crystals, what are you fearing? Fears, crystals. Page of Cups, that you're in the fantasy, that you're just kind of not seeing them clearly. You're seeing them with rose-tinted spectacles, that you're just imagining this, that it's all a fantasy, and that you're being a bit overly positive and optimistic about this. So you could have been fantasizing about this person, and you're kind of worried that perhaps you're falling for the fantasy rather than them. You're not seeing them clearly, that kind of stuff. What are your hopes? Your hopes are, lovers, that you get together, that this like gets consummated in a way. And the High Priestess, you're hoping that your intuition is right about them, those feelings that you've got for them, that connection that you're feeling with them is right. So let's get your outcome cards out. I'm going to reveal the first of these outcome cards because I'm going to get like 6 or 7 of them out. The first of them in this reading, and then the rest of them, the rest of that story of the outcome is going to be revealed in the deeper dive read, that extended reading. And also in that reading, I will be getting cards out from these decks back here as well to delve a little deeper, give you some guidance and delve a little deeper into your person as well and what's going on for them. And we'll be getting timing cards out as well if that's relevant. And I think it is relevant here because I think we've got 2 people investing in each other very soon. And what else? Messages from your person as well, what they've got to say for themselves. So that might be very interesting for this reading. And there we go. We got, interesting. We've got 6 cards out here. Now your first card out is the Queen of Wands. That is you being very attractive right now. So there is, I think the attraction is going to intensify in the near future. And you could be experiencing, a bit of investment. This is you're luring them in with your energy, and so this might be you kind of switching it up, getting more attractive to them. This could be, you know, showing them what you can do, showing them who you are, you know, telling them stories about yourself or something like that, that really switches them onto you. Then we've got all of these, so very interesting. What comes after that. If you want to find out what that is, if you want to get that deeper dive, if you find that this is your story, could be a story, want it to be a story, then you might want to get that. I'll pop a link for it up there. There's also a link for that in the description box and in the comments below. It's 20 Australian dollars, which is about 15 American dollars right now, and it's an instant watch kind of a thing. You do need to type your email address in very carefully, because if you get that wrong, you will not receive it. Now, the email, it might end up in your inbox, but it might end up in your spam, your junk, or your promotions folder, so do check in those places. In that email, you will see a link to the crystal, the flower, and the shell. Click on the crystal on a device that you can open PDFs with. In that PDF, amongst other things, you'll see a picture of a video. And when you click on that, if it doesn't take you right away to a video, just try it on a different device and it will. So thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to click like before you click off down there. Click that subscribe button if you're new. And if this is where you're leaving me, good luck with all of this. If you're coming with me to that deeper dive read, then I'll see you in there very shortly. So if you chose the flower along with the Muse Tarot, then this one's for you. Let's give you a full Celtic Cross Tarot spread for your love life. Find out what's going on. Now, as usual, flowers, there's going to be a deeper dive to this. That's an extended reading that goes with this. If you find that this is your story, could be a story, want it to be a story, then you might want to get that for even more. If you do, toward the end of the reading, I'll be popping a link for it up there. There's also a link for that in the description box and in the comments below. Well, your cards are already flying out, so let's find out what they are and find out what this reading is all about for you. First card out is the Page of Materials. You could have had an offer, or you could be dreaming about getting an offer from somebody here. The Ten of Voices, painful endings, and the Two of Voices, unsure of what to do about it. Okay, so someone that you had a painful ending with before. So this could be someone, it could be an ex, someone coming back into your life, and they could be offering you something now, but it's small. Page of Materials is a small offer. This could be someone like getting in touch with you, someone that you really love but you had a painful ending with, and perhaps wanting to meet up with you, go for a coffee or something like that, and you're really unsure about it. Now, if this is somebody you had a really painful ending with, it might have taken you a long time to heal from this, and a small offer like this of just going for a coffee or something like that could open a lot of wounds again. So it doesn't surprise me that you're unsure about this, unsure of whether to go for this or not. You know, sometimes our egos want to say yes because we want to be right. We want to validate our original choice of them in the first place. It went wrong. We don't like to be wrong. And if they come back again, we feel vindicated, right? It's like, okay, they're coming back, so I wasn't wrong in the first place. That's our ego that wants to be right. Sometimes it's better to recognize the painful endings, kind of revisit that and the amount of healing that we've done. Sometimes we've done a lot of healing, right? And once we've done that healing, it doesn't hurt so much, and that can make us forget. In fact, I said it in today's energy update. The day that I'm making this, it was in today's energy update too. That very same energy. Because once we've healed from something, it takes the sting out of it, right? And they can come back our way and we can completely forget all of those, how they made us feel and all the bad things, because we're healed from it now, so it doesn't hurt so much. But then it's not necessarily the best thing to do, right? Because you've got to remember all that healing that you did and not negate that. Because sometimes people change, but majority of the times they don't. What's hindering you in all of this anyway? What's hindering you? The Fool. You're willing to take a risk. You're willing to take a risk and give this person a chance. That might not be the best thing to do because it's coming up in the crossing position here. Your willingness, yeah. The Fool energy is willingness. It's a risk taker. It's like, let's start this. Let's do it anyway. Throw caution to the wind. Let's just elope together and try this out. It's that kind of an energy. I'm not saying that you're, you know, in that mindset, but too willing to give a fresh start, second chances and all of that kind of thing. Second chance to what? To hurt you again in the same way? Could be. How do things appear on the face of it? How do things appear on the face of it? That your intuition is kind of failing you at the moment. Two of Inspiration, because like you're making a choice. You're trying to make an intuitive choice. That's why you come into readings, right? Picking cards out. What should I do? Instead of like making the decision yourself, what action you should take, you're using your intuition to do that. So trying to tap into spiritually, whether they've changed or not. Well, that might not be the best thing to do, you know. It might be best to go for that coffee with them and find out, have they changed? Because there's only so much a reading can do, right? We've got to trust the evidence that's in front of us. And if you are in this Fool kind of an energy, optimistic about it all, then yeah, it could really hurt. If you go for that coffee with them with high hopes and then find out the evidence is that they haven't changed, then yeah, it might have been a little bit too much action on your part to let them back in again. You might just need to put this in perspective. You know, go in with an open mind. What's really behind that? What's really behind that? So that's how it appears on the surface of it, that you're trying to tap into your intuition to make a decision of what to do. What's really behind that? What's really behind that? 5 of materials, 8 of emotions. It's like say no, walk away. 4 of emotions, disappointing, you need to protect yourself. Wow, that is really clear. A whole lot of negative cards here saying, well, not really negative cards. Tarot isn't really negative, but it's saying like, it's just going to disappoint you again. You need to protect yourself from that. Emotion, you're going to open yourself emotionally by letting them in to more pain. Stuff that you've already dealt with, stuff that you've already walked away from and healed. Yes, you might still have an emotional connection with this person, but as I said, often that's our egos wanting to be justified for our original decision of choosing them, rather than, and yes, there is a little bit of a desire to fix things, to heal things, to set things right, but there's a whole load of no here, that don't open yourself up to this again. Recent past energies for you. The Star, wishful thinking, hopeful, being hopeful about this. Yeah, you could be hopeful that they've changed. What's coming in the near future? Oh, yikes. Well, you're going to get a lot of clarity from them. So even you let them in, you don't let them in, totally up to you. But there could be a lot of stress, anxiety, but clarity. King of Voices, clarity. At least you'll have clarity. So if you do go for that coffee with them or whatever it is that they are suggesting, then at least you're going to get clarity. It might be anxiety provoking, doesn't feel that good. You might be overthinking things, sleepless nights, all of that kind of thing, but at least it'll bring clarity. So I feel like if you do let this person in, just to see whether they have changed, they're going to show you that they haven't changed. Especially if you don't go in with all of this hope kind of thing. If you go in blank slate, well, let me just see where they're at the moment. And so that you don't miss those red flags and all of that. Ask them the right questions and don't ignore those red flags. Then it feels like you're going to get a lot of clarity. And this might just be the closure that you need. I've had that before. I've had like exes come back into my life and then it just makes them really clear to me. Like, wow, yeah, that's not going to happen. Things that we don't see clearly, when all of those hormones are involved. So what's this reading also about? Queen of Emotions and the 9 of Materials. Well, you've got a great energy here. The 9 of Materials, single, independent, things are happening for you. Queen of Emotions is like being ready to receive now. It's your time to receive. I think you've got an ex coming back in here just to show you kind of who they are so that you can have like closure and realize how far you've come and how much more you deserve now. I don't think it's going to be coming from this person. What are your fears? The 5 of Inspiration. The 5 of Inspiration is about reaching higher. So you could be fearing like that you shouldn't be aiming higher, or that there is no one better out there for you, or that this is your lot kind of thing, or this is your level. Yeah, so a fear about reaching higher is better for you, even out there. Does it even exist? That kind of thing. What are your hopes? 6 of Voices, for movement to happen. So things could have been quite stagnant in your life. And perhaps you've been doing a lot of inner healing and all of that. And these are great cards. So you might have been healing yourself, opening your heart back up, realizing that you deserve to receive a lot, getting wins for yourself in your own life kind of thing, business, career, all of that kind of stuff. And yeah, it could have been stagnant on the relationship front and you're wanting things to get moving now. Well, let's get your outcome cards out. I'm going to reveal the first outcome card in this reading, but the rest of them, because I'm going to get about 6, 7 out to tell a story of your outcome, they're going to be in the deeper dive read. The rest of them, so... And in that deeper dive read as well, that extended reading, I'll be getting cards out from these decks at the back too. Get deeper into it. Guidance for you. Let's get deeper into your person as well, where they're at. Yeah, what's going on for them? What they're coming back in for? Is it just so that you get clarity on them? Have you got someone else coming in as well? If there's someone else coming in, and it looks like there is in these outcome cards, then when that's going to be, let's get into their energy as well, find out about them. We'll be getting messages from both people as well. See where they're both at. Your outcome cards first. And one more. Wow. Okay, so you got 7 outcome cards there. Ooh. There's a very positive ending in all of this coming your way. First card out is the Hierophant cards. The Hierophant card is all about doing things by the book. So, yeah, if they're coming at you in the right way, this person, whatever it is that they got to offer, it does feel just like, let's go for a coffee or something like that. Let's catch up again. If they're doing it in the right way, it feels like they could be, you know, being kind of formal about it, being traditional about things as well. The Hierophant card can be about long-term stuff, so they could be suggesting long-term stuff to you too. They might be telling you exactly what you wanted to hear a while ago. Yeah, so just be aware of that. Well, you got some very interesting cards coming out here. If you want to find out what they are, you want the rest of that. If it sounds like it is your story, could be a story, want it to be a story, you might want to get that deeper dive for all the rest of it. If you do, I'll pop a link for it up there. There's also a link for that in the description box and in the comments below. It's 20 Australian dollars, which is about 15 American dollars right now, and it's an instant watch kind of a thing. You do need to type your email address in very carefully, because if you get that wrong, you will not receive it. Now, the email, it might end up in your inbox, but it might end up in your spam, your junk, or your promotions folder, so do check in those places. In that email, you will see a link to the crystal, the flower, and the shell. Click on the flower on a device that you can open PDFs with. In that PDF, amongst other things, you'll see a picture of a video, and when you click on that, if it doesn't take you right away to another video, then just try it on a different device, and it should do. So thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to click like before you click off down there. Click on that subscribe button if you're new, and if this is where you're leaving me, good luck with all of this. If you're coming with me to that deeper dive read, then I'll see you in there very shortly. So if you chose the shell along with the Tarot of Mystical Moments, then this one's for you. Shells, let's give you a full Celtic Cross Tarot love spread, find out what's going on in your love life. Now, as usual, Shells is going to be a deeper dive to this. That's an extended reading that goes with this. If you find that this is your story, could be a story, want it to be a story, then you might want to get that for even more. If you do, toward the end of the reading, I'll be popping a link for it up there. There's also a link for that in the description box and in the comments below. So let's get straight into your reading and find out what this is all about, first of all. So I've got a lot of sand that came out of your shell here as well. It's a shell that I found on the beach. New one for you. This is all about the Ace of Wands and the Page of Pentacles. So, got someone coming toward you here, offering you something. Page of Pentacles, saying something to you. Could be someone that you're very attracted to, the Ace of Wands. Exciting new start, a passionate new start. It could have a lot of chemistry going on between you as well. But small starts kind of thing. Page of Pentacles, that's an offer. That's someone asking you out for a drink or for a coffee, or which is a drink, I guess, out for dinner, or, you know, it's just something. It's the start of something. We've got the start of something exciting here. You could be very hopeful about it, especially with the attractiveness of this person. They could be hot. So something's going on there. It feels very new with the Ace of Wands as well, like a new passion kind of thing. What is hindering you in this? What's crossing you? The Four of Swords. You've been healing, you've been resting, recuperating. Are you really ready for this? You're not quite sure. You might have been a bit of a homebody lately, looking after yourself, nurturing yourself, rest, relaxation, all that kind of stuff. And you're not sure, do you want to go out with them or not? I would say yes. It feels very exciting. Might be a little bit disruptive, especially with this Four of Swords energy. If you've got yourself into nice lifestyle patterns, you know, very relaxing, not doing much out of the ordinary, you know, that'll disrupt your kind of life balance and all of that kind of thing. So anyway, that's holding you back. So perhaps you have been a little bit of a homebody lately, just kind of looking after yourself and all of that kind of thing. Are you ready for some wild nights, staying up at night, that kind of thing? Could be a bit disruptive. How do things appear on the surface? Justice. Like what you've been waiting for, like someone that you deserve kind of thing, someone that seems like a match, a good balance for you. That's how it appears on the surface. So it's looking good on the surface of things. Seems like they could be a good match for you. At your level, finding someone at your level. So, you know, you might feel like yeah, they could be a good match. What's really behind that though? The moon, you're not sure. The high priestess trying to tap into it psychically, getting readings, right? So so because you're not quite sure about it, the moon card, not sure about them, feels like on the surface of it, they could be a good match for you. Is it worth getting into it with this person? Is it worth disrupting your life for them? High priestess trying to tap in. So yeah, often with readings, with this high priestess kind of an energy, which is the intuitive kind of an energy, we're just wanting answers. We want to know, don't we? We want the guarantees. That's what we're doing in tarot when we're looking into things, pulling cards out, trying to get into that energy. We're trying to find things out so that we've got more of a guarantee, so that we don't get ourselves into things that we don't want to get ourselves into, and so that we do get ourselves into things that we do want to get ourselves into. So yeah, there's no real answers there. It's just like often we just have to kind of make our own mind up. Well, recent past energies, Four of Cups. You've been disappointed in the past, but you're waiting for like a bright, shiny offer to come in. So you're not just going to be accepting anything. Five of Wands, very strategic about it. So, you know, you've had a strategy kind of thing. So this is something like you've been taking time out for yourself to heal, you know, just doing the self-love kind of thing, sorting your own life out, making yourself feel really good, taking care of yourself to your best of your abilities. And your strategy being like, okay, well, I'm open to meeting someone, but they've got to be at my level, and they've got to be this, and they've got to come at me in the right kind of a way. It's that kind of a strategy. So you've got a strategy to recognizing the kind of offer that it is that you do want. Now, this could be it, you know, Page of Pentacles and Ace of Wands. It could be, with the Ace of Wands there, it could just be a little bit like too passionate for you if you do have a strategy of letting the right kind of a person in. You might not have thought like that they'd be so hot or something like that. Do you know what I mean? It could be something like that, but we'll see. It might not be exactly matching your strategy. Let's put it that way, what you've got here. Near future energy, Page of Wands. So yeah, you're going to be kind of watching them, checking them out, seeing how they operate. Is this, you know, someone that's dating other people? Are they serious about it? Especially with the attraction element here, because we've got a lot of wands out on the table now. And so there could be a lot of attraction that might have you thinking like that there might be a player or something like that. Yeah. You're going to be watching them, you're checking them out, you know, seeing how they operate, getting to know them. Very much the start though, pages, you know, it's very much the start of things. What is this reading also about? It's also about the Seven of Cups. It's about how you choose. How you choose the people to have relationships with. You might have not been that conscious a decision maker before, like going out there and actually choosing. You might have been waiting to be chosen by someone else and then going along with that with a kind of a trusting the universe that they've brought the right person to me. And you might have like outlook kind of thing on it, and you might have been disappointed by that because the universe kind of doesn't do that. People come our way, and if we'll let them in without making, like, checking them out first and making a good choice in them and just expecting it to work out and be right for us, then we end up disappointed. So this might be part of your journey of like learning how to choose someone that's going to be right for you. Seven of Cups. Or it could be, you know, it could be that you just went for the ones that you were attracted to. So going off that like physical attraction kind of thing and then trying to make a relationship work. You could be doing things differently now. And so if someone that comes in that is really attractive to you physically, that could be having you think, oh, this is not what I expected. could be like a warning sign to you, but it's not necessarily a warning sign, you see. They might have the rest of it going on too. What are your fears? Fears are the Empress. Right. The Empress, I would say here that you've got a very high level energy with this Empress card. So the Empress is the Queen of all queens. It's the one that has done the work of all the queens. So if we look like a queen energy as you having mastered that certain aspect of yourself. So the Queen of Cups having mastered your heart, like, and being able to balance within your heart. So open to receiving, not willing to give too much, but willing to like love and nurture, but as long as you're receiving it back, that kind of thing. The Queen of Swords is about boundaries and stuff like that. So being able to be empowered and stand up for yourself, and yeah, have a lot of clarity there. The Queen of Wands is being like comfortable with your attractiveness, not just physical, but the energetic, happy about putting yourself out there. It's when we're like comfortable with our sexuality and with the power that we've got in an energetic state, and we're happy to use that, not abuse it, but to use that, and with kind of no apologies. And Queen of Wands is also like happy to take action as well, to go and get what it is that she actually wants, to get everything that she wants. It's when we get to that point of like, I'm allowed to have this, and I'm going to go for that kind of thing, and I'm not going to like dim my light at all for anyone else. That's the Queen of Wands kind of an energy. And who else is next? The Queen of Pentacles. Queen of Pentacles is that stable kind of an energy, where we get to the point where we realize that we deserve a house, we deserve to have that stability, we can give it to ourselves, we can be stable within ourselves, we don't need to get it from anyone else, we can have that in ourselves as well. And when we're in that stable position, we won't trade that for anything. In other words, we'll let a relationship in, but it's not going to rock our stability. In other words, we get to that point where we wouldn't just get into a relationship and then give everything up and just go with that, as you would when you were kind of younger, before you've reached that queen status. So putting all of those queens together, being through all those lessons, that makes you the Empress, right? And when you've done all that work, you see, you hold yourself in really high regard, then you want someone of that same level to come in. You want an Emperor to come in. And with the Empress then, after all of that, the Empress coming up in the spheres, is you might feel like you've put yourself out of everyone's league. And this is a thing now. It is a thing. It's an actual thing, because women, especially in the last 20, 30 years, we've come a long way. More empowered, and we are doing way better than before. We've got the emotional development and all of that, and guys are having a real hard time to match that. So there's a lot of relationship not happening, and people not having children anymore as a result of it. In fact, it's tending toward crisis stage at the moment with all of that. But it is an actual thing where there aren't that many of the emperors out there. There's not many of the guys that have stepped up in that same way. There's been no need for them. They're kind of, until now, there's been no need for them to do that. Until now, if they want to be in relationships, that is. And so there is, a lot of empresses out there and not so many emperors out there. So you might feel like, you've kind of worked on yourself too much, put yourself out of the running. Could be afraid of that. That would make sense, right? Why the Justice card has come out here, the surface of it, what it looks like they're at your level kind of thing. But you're not so sure about it. What are your hopes? 9 of Pentacles. Keep that stability, single stability that you've got. You're hoping to keep that too. That's good. So perhaps you have been that kind of person that's kind of gone into a relationship and given up your stability for the relationship, gone all in, kind of giving yourself away to somebody, forgetting about yourself and following their path kind of thing. Let's get your outcome cards out. So how's the outcome with this? I'm going to get a progression of outcome cards out, probably about 6 or 7. I'll be revealing the first one of them in this reading. but the rest of them will be in that deeper dive read, that extended reading, along with, there's your first card, along with cards from these decks back here for guidance for you, for getting into this person's energy as well. Let's check them out, what they're all about, internal stuff that they've got going on. We'll get messages from them as well. So what have they got to say for themselves? 1, 2, 3. Oh, we'll be getting timing cards out if that's relevant as well, which I think it is for this reading. And what else? That's about it, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One more. There we go. 6. So the first outcome card that we've got here is in the sand, the 9 of Swords. This is anxiety, overthinking. Could be overthinking this. Okay, right. So your outcome is overthinking it. You've got a strategy here, right? You've been doing a lot of work on this. You know the kind of person that you want. You're wanting an emperor. This person's coming your way and like, are they an emperor or aren't they an emperor? You're going to be paying a lot of attention to that, but perhaps a little bit too much overthinking things instead of getting into it. So trying to figure it out beforehand can be very stress inducing. And so, yeah, you might want to be kind of wary of that. Then you've got all of these cards. If you want to find out what they are and all the rest of it, you might want to get that deeper dive for even more. If this sounds like it is your story, it could be a story or want it to be a story. If you do, I'll pop a link for it up there. There's also a link for that in the description box and in the comments below. It's 20 Australian dollars, which is about 15 American dollars right now. And it's an instant watch kind of a thing. You do need to type your email address in very carefully, because if you get that wrong, you will not receive it. Now, the email, it might end up in your inbox, but it might end up in your spam, your junk, or your promotions folder. So do check those places. In that email, you will see a link to the crystal, flower, and the shell. Click on the shell on a device that you can open PDFs with. In that PDF, amongst other things, you'll see a picture of a video, and when you click on that, if it doesn't take you right away to a video, then just try it on a different device and it should do. So thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to click like before you click off down there. Click that subscribe button if you're new, and if this is where you're leaving me, good luck with all of this. If you're coming with me to that deeper dive, then I will see you in there very shortly.